Hey there, I'm Heather Sims, a real estate broker in the Dallas area. Today I'm switching it up a bit and talking to my renters out there because I know renting can feel very limiting. You move in and everything is beige and boring, right? And the lighting is harsh and the walls feel flat. And you think, well, nothing I can do, this is just temporary. But here's the thing, temporary doesn't have to mean bland. Just because you don't own the property doesn't mean you can't love where you live. There are so many ways to elevate a rental space without damaging walls, breaking your leasing rules, or risking your security deposit. So today, I want to walk through some upgrades that are affordable, removable, and genuinely impactful. And a lot of them you can take with you. First up, peel and stick wallpaper. How much do we love peel and stick wallpaper? And it has come a long way, right? This is not the shiny, impossible to remove paper from years ago. There are now some beautiful patterns, subtle textures, even grass cloth looks that peel off cleanly when you're ready to move. And the key here is strategic placement. You don't have to wallpaper an entire room. In fact, I would not do that. I would try one accent wall behind your bed, an entryway, and a small powder bath. You could even do the back of a bookshelf, which actually looks really cool. These wallpaper touches instantly add personality and dimension. Another idea, peel and stick backsplash in your kitchen. If you're staring at a basic builder grade backsplash every day, you can actually completely transform how that space feels. And I will tell you this, my first apartment in college had bright yellow Formica countertops. I'm talking canary yellow in the absolute worst way. And my roommate and I, we covered it with contact paper because peel and stick wallpaper is not available way back then. But it did make all the difference in that kitchen because that yellow was truly hideous. Anyway, now that peel and stick wallpaper is a thing, you can use it not only to cover up ugly things like that, but you can actually enhance your apartment or rental pretty easily with it. And I bet you'd really be surprised how high-end a rental can feel with one bold, removable design choice like that. Okay, next piece of advice. Swap out hardware, but keep the original. This is one of my favorite tricks because it's simple and pretty inexpensive. If your rental has basic or dated knobs or pulls in the kitchen or bathrooms, you can carefully remove them, store them safely in a little Ziploc bag somewhere, and replace them with something that is more your style while you live there. You could do matte black, you could do brushed gold, you could do chrome. It's a small detail, but hardware really does act like jewelry for cabinets. And when you move out, you just reinstall the original pieces. The key is to keep organized and make sure you know where those original pieces are, because if you lose them, you might lose that deposit. But small upgrades like that are also pretty expensive, give you that ownership feeling without the space really technically being altered. Next idea, add better lighting. I think in every design related video I do, I talk about lighting. It is near and dear to my heart because I am literally allergic to harsh lighting. Not really, but almost. It just makes me cringe. Anyway, lighting changes the mood of a space almost more than anything else. Most rentals rely on that overhead, like single ceiling fixture, which can feel really harsh and uninviting. Instead of relying on that single ceiling fixture, layer your lighting. Add floor lamps, add table lamps, rechargeable wall sconces, battery operated under cabinet lighting, and watch out for those light bulbs. Choose warm bulbs that are yellowish and softer instead of cool ones which give off that white or bluish lighting. It can completely change how your space feels at night. I'm not suggesting you hardwire anything. There are so many gorgeous lamps and chargeable options these days that there's zero reason to hardwire anything. Remember that the idea is to create a certain atmosphere through your lighting choices. And a good, calm atmosphere makes the space feel intentional. When a room has layered lighting at different levels of the room, like we've talked about here, it does feel cozy and custom, even if the bones of your rental are basic. Here's another idea. Layer your rugs even over carpet. This one surprises people. Yes, you can put rugs over carpet, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm telling you, you can. In fact, it often looks better than just the beige carpet, you know? When you're dealing with builder grade beige carpet, layering a large area rug over it can really define your seating area and bring in texture and color so easily. Make sure the rug is large enough. Size matters. A too small rug floating just under a coffee table makes a room feel disconnected. Instead, make sure you choose a size that anchors your furniture. The front legs of the sofas and chairs should sit on the rug with your coffee table. In bedrooms, layer a large neutral rug under the bed and let it extend beyond the sides. It makes the space feel more substantial and grounded. And the best part, take them with you. You're not losing that money. One last piece of advice for upgrading your rental space, use large scale art. One of the biggest mistakes I see in rentals, or really in any home, is using art that's just too small. Tiny frames on big blank walls make a space feel temporary. Instead, go big. Large-scale art creates an impact and makes a room feel custom and personalized. Command hooks and heavy-duty adhesive strips are much stronger now than they used to be, and you just use those to hang your big art. I'll give you an example. My daughter's college apartment, we wanted to hang art. She's in a high-rise building with concrete walls, so we couldn't use nails to hang the art even if we wanted to. But what I got wide Velcro strips that we could cut to different sizes as we needed them, and use that to hang her large artwork. And I know when she's ready to move out, it'll be super easy to remove, which is perfect. You can also lean oversized art against a wall on like a console table or dresser if you don't want to hang anything at all. This is a great option if you have a little entryway table. You could layer an art piece with a mirror. And that kind of sets the mood right as people walk in your space. And it's a good place for hanging out, hanging with keys and purses and stuff. Art pieces show your style almost more than anything else, so you really use that art to personalize where you're living. Go big with your art, even if your home is temporary. So, in closing, you don't have to own a home to create a space that reflects you. Design is about creativity, not permanence. And honestly, some renters create more thoughtful spaces than homeowners because renters have to be more thoughtful and intentional about what they're doing in their space. So focus on what you can control by layering lighting, adding texture, bringing your personality in. And when you eventually move, whether that's to another rental or your first home, a lot of these things that we've talked about can go with you. And temporary does not mean forgettable. You deserve to love where you live right now. And when you're ready to move into your first home, I would love the opportunity to help you if you're in North Texas. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you next week in another episode of All Things Real Estate. Bye.